Let's talk about something that has always been your mantra as long as I've known you, the NEC days and beyond. And that is the term black theater autonomy. I think I know what you mean by it, but how would you define what you mean by that, one? And do you think it has been achieved? And if yes, when, by the NEC particularly, and now?
Well, basically, the term autonomy uh, simply connotes independence. You know, being in charge. I mean, personally or organizationally, being in charge and without the imposition from outside forces and so forth. So it's within. Autonomy comes from within on a personal level, and organizationally, it means that the organization is in charge of making independent decisions about what it does. Now, of course, in theater, artistically, that means that the organization is in total charge of the decision-making process of what it chooses to do and how it does it and so forth without any, any imposition from outside. Of course, I used it in terms of the creation of an independent black theater, which became, in historical terms, the creation of the Negro Ensemble Company. And thankfully, at the time that we created the Negro Ensemble Company, which was in 1967, the time was right and ripe for to get the support that was necessary to run a major company dedicated to doing creative black work in theater and also training. And thankfully, at that time, I wound up writing an article in the New York Times called "Black Theater for Whites Only?" Question. American theater for whites only? Question mark. And then I proceeded to illustrate my analysis of our place at that moment, and ultimately propose what should be and how it should happen and the form of the organization itself and what it could accomplish. But I knew that blacks' involvement in cultural movements was lacking. And even then, that the only thing that would solve the lack would be our own independent activity. I don't think I was even using the word autonomy then, but I was using the term independent. It was already that we had to do for ourselves. And the only way that we would be able to change the situation would be to be in total control of our own destiny.